Hi guys, namaste, welcome back to Nashvlogs. Today's video is specifically for the most asked question. Like 3 to 4 people have been asking about this question, and one of our subscribers as well asked about this question. Her name I think is Mad something. I'm sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong, but I'm not going to speak it because I don't know how to pronounce it. Like, I failed to read it and get it right, so I'm not going to talk about that. So the question was, what's required to get married to a stranger in India or Uganda? Now, I don't know whether you're from Uganda or you're from another country, but all I know is maybe you're not Indian. That is obvious. So I'm just going to be explaining to you what was required from us here in Uganda, like what we needed for us to get married here in Uganda, and the most important thing that you need to get married to a stranger, as you said, or a foreigner. Here we call them foreigners, is the first thing that you're going to need is a valid stay permit for your partner, like especially if he's not Ugandan. That is so important. He has to have, permits are different. Like there will be work permit, there will be business thingies, there will be maybe some of them will be having the tourist visas and stuff, but it should be valid. That is one thing, at least 15 days valid. That is one thing that I should tell you. And then you have to be having a proof of your citizenship. For example, your national IDs. These days the national IDs are asked like more than before, so the national ID has to be there, yours, and you will need passport photos for yourself. And then the other thing, make sure that whether he has a passport or he has a visa or he has work permit or whichever permit, but it should be valid. That is one important thing. And then the other thing that you're going to be needing is an LC1 letter. Now the LC1 letter is the one that shows that the person has been living in within that area for at least not less than 15 days. You know what I'm saying? So you should get an LC letter which is stamped as well, and then it should be at least within 15 days, not less than 15 days, that she should be staying around that area. And then the other thing that they will be needing is if you're going to do a traditional marriage, that means the kwanjula and stuff, you're going to be needing a consent letter from the parents. And then like for me, for my case, our case, my husband had to write a letter to my parents and ask for my hand in marriage. So that is more important for me in my culture. So my husband didn't know what to write. He didn't know what to do at that time. And then we asked my big brother. He drafted for him something down, and my husband just had to rewrite it and add in whatever he felt like has to be there, or whatever he felt like shouldn't be there. He deleted it and stuff. So that was for the traditional marriage. For the traditional marriage, they don't need that much. They only need the consent letters from your parents, and then the letter from your husband that is asking for your hand in marriage. Of course, your husband must have met your parents before, and they discuss about the dowry and stuff. And during that time that they will be discussing about the dowry, that is when your parents will ask for a letter. I don't know whether you people do it in your culture, but that is our culture here. And then your husband has to write a letter and bring it home, and your parents will have to go ahead with giving you the go ahead to get married. For the civil marriage, that is court marriage, because that is what we do here for the foreigners. Usually foreigners here, they don't do church marriage. I don't know, I've not seen most of them doing church marriage. Like most of us have done court marriage. So for the court marriage, as I said, you'll be needing valid documents, like up to date documents for both of you, and then you'll be needing passport photos for both of you, and then an LC1 letter. That is so important. At least it should show that he has stayed within that area at least more than 15 days. And remember, like, you should get a valid stay permit. That is going to disorganize your life if you don't have it, trust me, because those guys there, they will be sending you for this and sending you for that. And the other thing, take your time, like go through their website and see what they need, what is needed, what is not needed, so that you don't keep on going there up and down, or so that it doesn't end up giving you headache. You know what I'm saying? Because for us, nobody was there to advise us such things. Like, we had to use our mind and Google stuff, and whenever nobody had done a court marriage before, so nobody had told us what will be needed. We kept on going to their offices every now and then. You go there, they say like, this is missing, that is missing, because by that time they were asking for photocopies and stuff. And when everything goes through, don't forget to go with the witnesses. And by the way, before I forget, you have to be having recommendations. So I'm lucky that my dad, my family, my brother-in-law, they're all in police. So it was so easy for me to get recommendations that are strong. Like, when they see a policeman recommending for you, it becomes so easier for you to for your work to move smoothly. So that is one advantage that I had, as like we had for us. Like, things went smooth for us because of that. The recommendation was so high. And so you need recommendations, at least 2 of them, I think, from maybe your dad or maybe a brother if you have, or maybe an LC. I think an LC or a chairman around your place can write you a recommendation, and that will work for you. So first thing is, the person has to be with a valid visa or maybe a valid passport or something. And then you need to get an LC1 letter, which shows that he has been staying in your area at least more than 15 days. And then you need to get recommendations that are strong. At least 2 recommendations would work for you. Don't forget your passport photos for both of you, because they'll be needing them there. Now, if I've not talked about anything, please try and go through their website. Don't forget to go through their website, because things keep on changing every now and then. By the time we're getting married, like where we got married from in here in Uganda, where we got married from is so different. The offices changed, that now they're having a new office and everything is superb. Like, they even made for those guys where to get married from. Like, they have red carpets and stuff. They have a very huge hall. You can take pictures from there, of which we didn't have by the time we were getting married. Like, everything was just just like normal. So I think with all these changes that have been happening all over the years, of course, maybe rules must have changed as well, or maybe the needs, what they ask for, must have changed as well. So I recommend you to go through their website properly, take your time, so that you don't keep on going to their offices up and down every now and then. Just take your time, read through their website, or maybe if you can't go down to their offices one day and ask at the reception, they have everything. They'll maybe give you a paper or something that has everything that they will be needing, and that is all that you'll be needing to present to them so that you get married. Otherwise, it doesn't. You just take them there and they give you a day and you go with your wife and stuff. You can even go with your gowns and get married. I went in a sari specifically, so I got married in a sari, like for the court marriage. And so they don't need that much things. You just need to take your time and go through their website and read through it. But what I've told you is what they needed from us during that time: a valid stay permit, a recommendation, like 2 recommendations. I had given 2 recommendations, and then passport photo sizes for both you and the groom. And then that is all. And LC1 letter, before I forget that. The LC1 letter is more important, as is important as the valid permit. So don't forget that. You can go to your LC1 and ask them to write you one, and make sure they stamp it so that they show that it is valid. But for India, if you want to get married in India, what we did, like, we went with all our documents from here, like our marriage certificates. Like, we went with each and everything while we were traveling. And when we reached there, like, as I said earlier, my husband doesn't stay in a very big town, and they didn't ask for that much. I don't know, they didn't ask for anything. They just need to be sure that you're above the age of getting married, that like they're not marrying a minor. Like, that is also there in India. And that is it. You just get a priest and they get you guys married, like in front of your parents and in front of God. But in India, they didn't ask for that much from us. I don't know, maybe because I was veiled and nobody got to know that I'm African. Because I remember at the temple where we got married from, like, nobody was staring at me, like, except the family members and all those people we had gone with. They're the ones who knew about me. But nobody really had the guts to ask us for so many things. They just asked if you're really, you know, not underage, you're really at the age of getting married. That is all they asked for, and they got us married. Get photocopies of all the documents that you're going to be taking there, so that, you know, it doesn't, when you lose one, you have maybe something else left there, so that you don't panic and you're like, oh my god, I just lost this, and what, you know, just this marriage thing really makes your mind, you know, up and down, and you tend to forget a lot of things at that time, because all your focus, you're thinking about so many things at the same time. You know, marriage can really stress out people, like the marriage day. So I advise you to take your time. Maybe if you can start now, go to their offices, ask them what they want. If not, check on their website, find out what they want exactly, so that you don't waste your time. And when you going to get married, please calm down, because it is the day that everybody is like the heart will be racing and stuff, like I'm really going. Just calm down. It is your day and enjoy it. So my dear, you asked this question: if you're going to get married to an Indian, just go for it. Try out your luck. I wish you all the best. It is going to be the best decision of your life. Or if you're going to get married to a foreigner, not specifically Indian, I wish you all the best. Don't fear. Like, this is just marriage, just like anybody else would get married to any other man. You know what I'm saying? So just calm down, take your time, find out what they want, and go with the right papers. That will make your work more easy. So thank you so much for asking such a question, and thank you so much for watching all our videos. Namaste. Bye.